Welcome to the Microsoft Excel video lesson. This is lesson 1, the beginner's lesson. In this lesson, we shall take you through how to launch the Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. Then we see how to navigate through the menu bar, the title bar, and the ribbon. We shall also see the spreadsheet area and enter data. Let's see in brief on the screen what we shall be doing in this lesson. This is the Microsoft Excel spreadsheet menu. This is Excel 2010 version. Excel 2010 version. Okay, lesson content. So in this lesson, we shall take you through how to open the Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. Then we shall navigate through the menu bar and the ribbon. We shall also introduce the keyboard. There is an on-screen keyboard, which I'll see very shortly. Then we shall also use the keyboard to open the Excel. Then we shall also tour or navigate through the spreadsheet. We shall see the dimension, the number of columns, and the number of rows there are. We shall see the active cell, and then the cell address. Then we shall also see what is the formula bar. The formula bar, we shall block a column, we shall block a row, we shall block a range. A range is 2 or more cells blocked together. Then we shall move through the spreadsheet using the keyboard. We shall enter data. Then we save the data, the file or the spreadsheet in the first time and assign a name to it. We shall also save it in what is called compatible mode. Compatible mode. We clear the screen. We open a blank sheet. We shall open an existing sheet also, existing worksheet. Then we shall calculate total and formula. Then we shall format the numeric range. We shall format numeric range. Then we shall see how to copy formula. We save the file again. We set what is called print area. Then we preview the file and see how it will look like before it is printed. We shall change the margins in the previewed mode. When we are okay, then we print the worksheet. We shall clear the screen. Then we shall do 1 or 2 other things before we exit Microsoft Excel. So this is all that we shall be doing in this lesson. So I will advise you to pay close attention so that you can get the best out of this video lesson. So get ready as we start right now. Good. When your computer is switched on, when you boot your computer, at the end of boot, this is what you see. It's called the desktop. Desktop. At the bottom of the desktop, you see a bar, a long bar. At the extreme left of the bar, you see the start command. The start command. So point your mouse to start and click. So click start. Then you point your mouse to all programs. Now, when you're on all programs, you don't click. A submenu appears automatically. Okay. Now you move into the submenu and then you move up to Microsoft Office. Depends on where yours is, whether yours is up or down. Okay. You move to Microsoft Office, then you move right because a submenu appears again. You move into the submenu through the blue bar. Okay, then you move down to Microsoft Excel 2010 and click. Then you wait for the screen to appear. Very good. This is the screen of the Microsoft Excel workbook. Very good. This is version 2010 version. Okay, now it's very similar to 2007 version. Good. Now at the very top bar where you can see book 1 Microsoft Excel, that is called the title bar. Okay, now underneath the title bar you have the menu bar. The menu bars, the menu commands are home, insert, page layout, formulas, data, review, and then view. Very good. You notice that when I click on the menu commands sub commands or icons appear in this stretch of bar. Okay, this bar is called the ribbon. This ribbon is equivalent to the toolbar in the previous versions of Microsoft Excel. Okay, now let me click on home. You see, I click on home. Okay, these are the sub commands of home. Okay, there are so many icons, which are the most commonly used icons like copy. This is copy. Then this is cut. This is paste. Now this is format printer. Okay, this is B for bold, I for italics, U for underline. Now this is the font. The font is the style in which you type your data. Okay, now there are so many fonts. You click on this arrowhead, then you see a list of several fonts. Okay, you can choose any font you like. Okay, now each time you see an icon with an arrowhead beside it, it means that there are options you can choose from. Now this is the size. Okay, font size. It has an arrow, which means that you can change the size. You have option of choosing which size you want. You want it to be very big or very small. Okay, depends on you. Okay, then there are so many icons here. Now it is when we enter data finish, then we can now apply them. Then you see how they are used very effectively. Now this icon here, this logo here, it's called the office button. Office button. Now this office button, clicking it is equivalent to clicking file in the previous versions of Microsoft Excel. Let's click and see what it is. You click it. Can you see that? Now you see such commands as save. Then we see save as. Then we see open. That is, you want to open a file that has been there already, or close. You want to clear your screen. Then recent. That is, recently used file. I mean, file that you have been working on, that is recently used ones. Then of course new. That is, you want a blank screen, a blank worksheet. Then you have print. You want to print your worksheet onto the printer. Then you want to share. Okay, then you want to, that is Excel options. Then of course we have exit here. Okay, now there's an exit here. We have another exit at the top right corner. This X here is called exit also. Now let's click this exit and see what happens. I click exit, then we are out of Microsoft Excel. Now let's see how you can use the keyboard to open the Microsoft Excel. To use the keyboard, now before then, let me introduce the keyboard to you. There's an on-screen keyboard. On-screen keyboard. Click start with your mouse. Then you point your mouse to all programs. A submenu appears. You move up to accessories. Move up to accessories. Then you move right to accessibility. And then right again. You move right again to the next submenu. Then you move down to on-screen keyboard. On-screen keyboard. And click. Then the on-screen keyboard appears on the screen. Very good. So this is the on-screen keyboard. Now this key here is called the space bar. Normally you use the space bar to leave space between words when you are typing words. Okay, you type a word, you leave a space in between them. Very good. Now this key here is called start, or Microsoft Windows key. It's equivalent to clicking start on the task bar. When I say click start with your mouse, you can as well press this key here on the keyboard and it will assume the start button. Okay, there are two start keys. There's another one here. This one also is called start key. Okay, the next key to the right of this one here is called the right button. When I say click the right button on your mouse, click the right button on the mouse. You can as well press this key on the keyboard and it will assume the right button on the mouse. They function alike. Very good. Now this set of keys here, these four keys, arrow key, they are called directional arrow keys. Okay, you use them to move through your spreadsheet. Now the spreadsheet, like you saw it already, there are small square boxes, so you can move through any the spreadsheet using these keys. Okay, of course you can also use the home and then the end key. There are all the keys on the keyboard are here. Now see this set of keys here, they are called numeric pad. numeric pad or calculator keys. Okay, if the data you want to enter is more of numbers, maybe you have numeric data you want to enter in, okay, so you can concentrate on these keys here, and then you enter the numbers in. You see, there are numbers here also. You see, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 9 and a 0 here. You see, but they are spread in the length of the keyboard. But these ones, they are very concentrated here. So you can concentrate on these keys and enter your data. You see, this key here is called the num lock. Num lock. It has a small light above it here. Okay. Now, it is this num lock that controls these keys. If the light is on, that is, you push it, then the light is on. Then when you push these numbers, they will display the numbers on them. But if the light is off, that is, you press it again, the light goes off. If the light is off, then they behave like these keys, these arrow keys plus these keys here. Okay. If you look carefully at let's say you see 8, this 8 here. If you look on 8, you see that there's another character that is arrow going up, this arrow key. So that if the light is off, then if you press 8, it will behave like this arrow key. If you press 2, it will behave like this arrow key. Okay, and then 4 will also behave like this arrow key here. 7 will behave like this home. This is home key here. Good. This is enter. This is enter key here. There is another enter key here. Anyone convenient for you, you press. Okay. This is backspace. This is the backspace. This is the equal to sign. In Microsoft Excel, you are going to make use of this equal to sign very, very well. So note its position. Okay, this is the shift key. Shift key. You know, if you want to type capital letters, okay, you hold down the shift key, then you push the letters here. These are the letters of the alphabet. Okay, very good. So this is a brief description of the keyboard. So we are now going to use the keyboard now to open the Microsoft Excel. Good. So click start. Now press the start key on the keyboard. Very good. Then use one of the keys, the directional arrow key, to go down to all programs. You see, you can go down like this, or you can go up this way. Okay, then you come down like this. It is cyclic. Okay, very good. You go to all programs, then press the right arrow key, right. Okay, very good. Then you can then go down like this until you go to Microsoft Office. Then you go right again. Okay, then now move down with the down arrow key to, of course, you can go up like this also. You see, it is cyclic. You go to Microsoft Excel 2010. Then you press the enter key on the keyboard. Okay, then you wait for the screen. This is Excel 2010. Very good. This is the spreadsheet of the Excel. Okay, now, like I was explaining to you, okay, this is the ribbon, this is the menu bar. Now you see this set of keys here, they are called menu control keys. Menu control keys. You see, this is called book. You see, the Excel program is called book. Okay, like in a book, you have pages in the book. Now, this set of keys at the top here are called menu control keys. We have 3 sets at the top here, and then another 3 sets here. These 3 sets at the lower end, they control the pages in the book. But then the top one controls the book itself. When you click this X at the top here, you exit Excel completely. Now, but then the lower X, when you click it, you will only close the book. I mean the paper. The first page which is open before you. Okay. Now look at the lower right corner here. We have sheet 1, sheet 2, and sheet 3. Okay. Just like in a file folder, you have several pages inside. Now in Excel book, you have a minimum of 3 pages, 3 leaves inside called sheets. Okay, like a sheet of paper. Okay, so that you can decide to close. Look at this. Now I can do like this. You see, I can decide to shrink the page. I show you. You see, this is it. You see the lower X. You see, this is the X here. You see, so if you click this one, it means that you want to remove this sheet. Okay, I mean the pages inside from the this. You will still remain in the Excel like you are still in the file folder, but there are no papers inside. Okay, so we go back. Very good. But then the top one is to completely. Now let's click the lower X and you see it's like saying you clear the screen. Okay, Now let's bring it back. You go to Office button, then you go to New, okay, then click Create, then it comes back. Can you see that? Very good. Now, so here you have minimum of 3 worksheet. You can add extra sheet. This small arrow key here, this small icon here is for insert. Okay, you click it, then extra comes. Can you see that? You click it, another one comes. Okay, so that's it. Now let me remove the one I've just entered. You click on the tab, the sheet tab, where the number sheet 4 is written, then you go to delete. Okay, you click on the arrowhead, then you click on delete sheet. Okay, then it's gone. Okay, that's how to delete it. Now, but we shall be doing delete later on. Now, right now, this bar here is called the formula bar. This white area here is called formula bar. Any formula you are typing will appear in that place. Any cell in which you click on, if there's a formula there, the formula will automatically appear in this formula bar here. Good. At the left end here is called the name box. The name box. Okay. Now, this is the spreadsheet itself. Okay. The spreadsheet is made up of vertical lines and then horizontal lines crossing each other, forming small square boxes. See these boxes, these are small square boxes. Now the square boxes are called cells. Okay, now when they say active cell means that the place where your cursor is right now. Okay, see here, this is our active cell. That's where the cursor is. Now the cell address is the same as the name of the cell. Okay, now if you look into the name box, this is the name box here, because this box here is in column F. Can you see that? Column F, and it's a row number 7. So its name, the name of this small square box is called F7. Can you see that? If I click here, this is G3. Okay, if I come here, this is A1. Can you see that? So this corner here is called the name box. Can you see that? The name shows there, and this side is the formula bar. Very good. Now this is, like I said, the spreadsheet is made up of columns and rows. The vertical ones are the columns. So this is a column, this is a column, this is a column, this is a column. Now the columns are labeled A, B, C, D up to Z, and then it continues AA, AB up to AZ, then BA, BB until you get to XFD, giving you 16,384 columns. Okay, now let's see the dimension. I have label the dimension down somewhere. Let's quickly see the dimension of the Excel. I've done it, and now I bring it out. Okay, you see this is, I've numbered the 1 to 3 until you can see it. Let's say now to go to the very end of the spreadsheet up to 16,000, you press the end key on the keyboard. Look at it. This is the end key. This key here is end. You press it once, then you press the right arrow key once. Okay, right now we are here. You see, we are here now. So I push the end key from here. You see, end, then right arrow. Very good. You see, we jump to the very end of the worksheet. You see, there are 16,384 columns. Okay, it's very large. Okay, so you can press home. Either you press home or you can press end and then left arrow to jump to the beginning. Now you want to see that how many rows you have, over 1 million. Look at it. You press end and then down arrow key. Very good. We have 1,048,576 rows. So you can imagine how big the spreadsheet is. Okay, so we leave this key for now. So I just want to show you the dimension. So let me remove this one. I click on this X here, the lower X, okay, to remove that. Very good. So this is where we were. So you can always move through the spreadsheet using your keyboard. Now if I click on the column, these are the column headings, the column header. Okay, this is C here. The letter C is the header for the whole of this column. The letter G is the header for the whole of this column. Okay, very good. So if I click on the column header, it blocks the whole of the column. Now the whole of the column is a range also. Okay, now I click on the row. These are the row numbers. I click on the row number, then I select the whole row from row 1, from column A to column 16,000 and over. Okay, now this is, I click on the column header. It blocks all the rows from row 1 to row number 1 million and over. Okay, so that's a range also. Now I block and drag like this, like, okay, this is a range. I told you that a range is 2 or more cells together. Okay, now if I click here, this one alone is not a range. If I block like this, this is a range of 4 cells. I click and drag like this is a range. Now look at it. If I block this side, okay, and I block this side also, can you see that the two together, they do not form a range because they are separate. They are not a range at all. Okay, now even if you block it like this, okay, if it's like this, see, this is one side, another side, another side, they don't form a range. Okay, because they are separated. If it's a range when they are all together, they are in succession. Okay, they are consecutive. You see, this is a consecutive group of cells, so this is a range. Okay, now this is a range. Okay, I can also block several columns. This is a range also. Then this is a range also. Can you see that? Very good. Now look at the lower right corner. You see this lower right corner here, you see this sliding bar here, it's called a zoom bar. There's a plus and minus there. If you click the plus sign, you see your screen becoming bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay, up to 500%. Okay, look at that. And if you click the minus sign, your screen becomes smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. You see, in between the plus and the minus, there's a small button. We call it zoom slide. You can slide it to the left to make it very small until you don't even see anything at all. Then you can slide it to the right, very large. Can you see that? Okay, very good. So we are going to enter data now, and then we use more of the commands to see how it is done. Now let's assume that we are business people, we are tradesmen. We go to buy goods, or rather we produce goods. Okay, then maybe there are customers, okay, that come to take the goods to go and sell. Then at the end of the day, they bring their returns. Like, take for instance, we produce yogurt, fun ice, chocolate. Then all these bicycle boys come to collect the goods to go and sell. At the end of the day, they bring in their returns. Okay, so let's assume a business of that nature, and let's see how to go about it. So let's say that the business, the guys, the salesmen have just brought in their wares, their sales, their returns. So we want to compute them. So I have a list of salesmen and then their returns with me right here. So we want to enter them. So we start. You see, you can move your cursor to any cell you want to type in, and then you type. So we want to start from A1, the first cell. Okay, but before then, let's enlarge it so that you can see it in a closer view. Okay, bigger and bigger and bigger like this. Okay, this is okay now. Okay, good. Now, so we give them their names. Name. Okay, then I go one step to the right. Okay, now the commodity that we are dealing in is condiments. Condiment. Then I go right. Then the next one is confections. The next one is beverage. Beverage. Then I go right one step. Then confections. Okay, these are the 3 commodities we are selling, we are dealing in. Now, then the salesman. Okay, now the first salesman, Fola. Okay, this is a salesman, Fola. Okay, he made a sales in. Now, before then, look at it. You see this condiment here. You can't see the whole word. Okay, some part of the word is hiding. This is because this column is too narrow. Now, to expand the column, you have to point your mouse to the column border. Now, the column border is the line separating B and C. Okay, in between the 2 columns, you point your mouse to the column border. You see, not here, not here, not this place. Now, this is the header. In between the 2 header, you point your mouse there. Your mouse changes to 2-headed arrow. Okay, then you drag to the right and expand it. Can you see that? You can expand as big as you want, and you can reduce it as you want also. Okay, so let it be like this. Okay, now if you're on a particular column border, the border belongs to the column on the left. So this border here belongs to B. This border here in between C and D belongs to C. Okay, can you see that? Now the border in between D and E, like you can see this one, this border here belongs to D. Okay, so you expand it. Okay, very good. So if you are in between two borders, the border belongs to the column on the left hand side. Good. So Fola made sales in condiment. So let's enter. Okay, that is sales in condiment. Then beverage. Okay, then confections. Very good. Then the next salesman, Vanava. Vanava. Okay, Vanava made sales in condiment. Okay, then sales in beverage, then sales in confections. Then the next salesman, Malaika. Malaika made sales in condiments, then confections, beverage, and then confections. Okay, then the next salesman is Silas. Silas. Okay, Silas made sales in condiment. You see, I was telling you that, see, if you have data, more data which is more of numbers than words, like I told you, you concentrate on this set of keys here and then enter them. So that those are the keys I'm making use of now. You see, they are faster than the keys at the top of the keyboard. Okay, Silas made sales in beverage also. Okay, then he made sales in confection. Then after Silas we have Paul. Okay, Paul made sales in condiment, sales in beverage, and then sales in confections. Then after Paul we have Deola, or Dele rather. Dele made sales in, yes, sales in beverage and then sales in, very good. So we assume that these are the salesmen and then their returns. Okay, well, of course I'm just entering some arbitrary values which we can make use of. Okay, good. So we assume that we have a sales data now. So the next thing you do after you enter your data is to save it. Okay, so now let's save. You click on office button. This is the office button here. You click it, then you go to save as. Now you use save as to save your document or your file the first time and then assign a name to it. Then all subsequent times you use ordinary save, this save. Okay, now you use the save as to assign a name, or you use the save as if you want to save the file in another place, like in your flash or in the CD, okay, or in another folder. Okay, unless you want to deliberately change the name, the same save as again. Okay, so we use the save as. Very good. Now computer says it's book 1. This is the file name here, the box where you are going to type the file name. Okay, computer is giving it book 1, but then we want to give a name to it. We want to call it Excel 2010 lesson 1. Okay, Excel 2010 lesson 1, but I don't want to click save yet. We have a folder, we have our lessons folder, so let's go look for it. I click on the desktop, then we see that this is our lessons folder, video lessons folder. Can you see that? I double click it. Okay, then I come here. So the file name has been typed already, so I just click on save. Can you see that? It is saved. Very good. Okay, now let's see how to clear the screen. We are finished saving it. To clear the screen, we go to Office button, then close. That's how to clear the screen. Okay, you know, we are still in Excel. We only clear the screen. Now to bring it back, you go to Office button, open. Okay, already we're in our cells folder, so just look for the file. It's called Excel 2010. Excel 2010 lesson 1. That's it right there. You click on it, then you click open. Very good. Then it's out. Now I told you that if you have, this is 2010 version. Now if you save your file in Flash, for instance, you take it to a business center. Let's assume you don't have a printer. You take it to a business center to go and print. If the business center is using 2003, then they will not be able to see your file to print it for you. Okay, so in order for you to be able to see your file there and print it, then you have to save it in what is called compatible mode. Okay, however, saving it in that compatible mode will destroy some features. Okay, some features which are in the higher version, which the lower version does not have. Okay, so you have to take note about that. Take for instance, I just showed you that. Okay, the column has 16,000. Okay, 2003 has just 9,000. Now the number of rows here, this one has 1 million, but 2003 has just 65,000. Okay, now beside that, there are other command formula. Like we are using if command, if statement. Okay, now the number of if you can use in a particular command, okay, this one is even up to almost 20, but in the case of 2003 you can use just up to 7, either 7 or 8 thereabout. Okay, so those are some of the features that you are going to lose when you click in you save it in the lower version or the compatible mode. Anyway, let's go and see how to save it in compatible mode. You go to Office button, you go to Save As. Okay, when you come here, look at the bottom here where the file name is, the next box below it. It says Save As Type. You click on the arrowhead by the right here, then you select Excel 97-2003 workbook. Okay, you click on that. Okay, you can see that even the other files have automatically disappeared from here. Okay, because they are not together, they are not part of this one. Okay, so the name is there already. Let me just add 2003 to it so that it will make a difference. Okay, 2003. Then we click okay, then we click save. Very good. Then it is saved. Very good. So now let's see how to close again using the icon. This icon here, you see this menu control command, we close it this way. Now let's see how to use the keyboard to open it. To open it, use the keyboard. You hold down the control key and press, this is the control key here, this key here is called control. There are two control keys, another one is here. You hold down the control key and you press letter O for open. This O here, you see the control key is held down. Now you press O. Okay, now the menu appears. This is the open menu. Now you will now press the tab key on the keyboard. Now I'll show you the tab key. Now this key here is called tab. This key is called tab. Okay, I press it now on the keyboard. You see where your cursor is blinking? The cursor is blinking here, but you see your cursor is supposed to go into this place and then select the file, but you cannot go there now. Okay, you have to press the tab key until you go there. You see, if you can go backward one step, then you'll be there. Like that is, you hold down the shift key and you press the tab key once, like this, shift tab. Okay, then you are there. Can you see that we are on the first file? Okay, if you don't press the shift key, then you have to go tap until, okay, look at it. Now our cursor is here right now. Okay, the next tab will come to the file menu. Okay, now you can see this dotted line around the first file is called focus. That's where your cursor has jumped to. Okay, so you now use the arrow key to go down, okay, to your file. This is our file here. Okay, then you press enter. You see, it's better for you to know that you can press the shift tab, then you reverse, you go backward one step, then you'll be there, than to press tab going forward. Tab will take you forward, shift tab will take you backward. Okay, very good. You are now on the file, so you press enter on the keyboard, then you bring it out. Very good. So this is our file now. Let's see how to make adjustment to it. Okay, we want to calculate the total. The total of all the salesmen. So we click one step to the right of the last column. Okay, column E. We click here, then we type total. Very good. After typing total, we'll move one step down. Good. We want to calculate the totals of the salesmen. Now, so the first salesman is Fola's total. So you click where the total will appear, then you click on this icon here. It's called sum or auto sum. You click it once, then Excel will draw dotted line or moving line around the numbers for you. If those are the numbers you want to add, you accept that by clicking on this icon here. It's called enter. You click it. Very good. You see, this is the formula bar. So this is the formula you have just entered there. Can you see that? Good. You go down one step, then you click on the sum icon again. You click on the sum icon. Okay. You see, when you click on it, by default, you see, by default, okay, all electronics, okay, they have been made to add up or to sum up numbers just vertically above them than numbers on the left or right. So by default, this one too, you see, when we click on sum, it has drawn the moving line around the numbers above. Okay, but those are not the numbers we want. It is this number we want. So you can just drag over the three numbers like this. Okay, then you click on this enter icon. Okay, now in order to avoid all these anomalies, you can just block it like this. You block it like this, block the three like this, then you now click on the sum icon. You see, the same thing is safer that way. You block the three like this, then you click on sum. You block it like this, then you click sum. You block it again like this, then you click sum. Very good. So this is how to make the totals. It's very easy. But supposing you have several, you see, up to maybe 50 or even 100, you can't be doing it one by one like that. Now let's see how to do it in an automatic way. Okay, now let me block it all and I remove it first. To remove it, I can press delete from the keyboard, or I can press this one. I can click on this one. This is eraser. I click on the eraser, then I click on clear all. Okay, then everything is gone. Now I click on the first, inside the first box, to add up these numbers. Then I click on sum. Okay, it draws the moving line around the first set of numbers. I accept that by clicking on this enter icon. Okay, now while my cursor is still on the first one that I have done, I point my mouse to the lower right corner of that cursor. You see, there's a small black square box there. Okay, I point my mouse to the square box. That box is called autofill. Automatic fill. Okay, autofill. I point the mouse to it. The mouse changes to a small black cross. I click and hold it and drag it down like this. Then I release it. Okay, automatically everything is done. You see, the numbers have changed to scientific number because the column is too narrow. I expand it like this. Okay, very good. Can you see that? Good. You see, so use the autofill to do it. See, first of all, you have to do the first one and let your cursor remain on the first one. Then you now point your mouse to the autofill. Okay, see, look at it. I block this one and I press delete to remove it. Okay, you do the first one, let your cursor remain on the first one, then you point your mouse to the autofill icon, the autofill button, which is the lower right corner of the first one, or where your cursor is. Then you click and drag it down. Okay, then the rest is done automatically. Very good. This is because the cells are in consecutive order. You see, they are in consecutive order. They are in successions. Now, supposing there is, let's say this one here, let's say this one, then let's say this one also, then and this one. You want to add up these ones like this. You can't use that kind of distance. Here, supposing you want to add these yellow numbers, okay, you click here. You use the keyboard to do that. You press equal to on the keyboard, then you click on the first one like this, then you hold down the control key on the keyboard, then you click on the next one. You see that? Then I now click on enter. Okay, it has not given me the correct value. Okay, now so I do like this, equal to. Okay, I click on the first one like this, then I press the plus sign on the keyboard. Look at it, plus. Okay, then I click on the next one, I press plus, then I click on the third one. Can you see that? This is another way of doing it. If they are separated, individual cells, you want to add them, this is how to do it. You press equal to, then you click on the first one, you press equal to, a plus sign, click on the next one, then you press the plus sign, as many as you want. From there you click on enter, then it is done. Okay, so that's how to do that. Okay, so let me erase this one. We don't want this one here. Very good. Okay, so this is the total. Now let's see the total of the commodities also. So here we click here, then we type total also. Okay, then we go one step right. Okay, now we want to see the total of all the condiments. Okay, all the various condiment detail value which the salesman have brought. You click here, then you go to sum. Okay, by default okay, very good, it draws the moving line around the numbers above it. Then we accept that by clicking enter. Very good. You point your mouse to the autofill, it changes to small black cross, then you drag it to the right, then the rest are done for you automatically. Very good. Now let's remove these colors here. I click inside, then I go to this icon here, then I click no color, no fill. Okay, I click on this one also, no fill. I click on this one also, and I click on no fill. Very good. Okay, so this is our data. The totals have been calculated. Very good. Now let's save it. Okay, office button and then save. I told you that all the subsequent time you can just use ordinary save. Of course, this is the save icon here also. This is the save icon. You can just click on it, or you press Ctrl S to save it. Very good. Now if you look at the numbers, they are so hard to be read. Okay, because the numbers are not formatted. Okay, now let's see how to format them. Okay, you block the whole of this one, for instance, then you go here, you see this comma icon here. Okay, we're using the comma style. You click it. Okay, then they are formatted. You see the numbers are hiding because the column is too narrow. Each time you format your numbers and then you see something like this, know that the column is too narrow. You have to expand the column. Point your mouse to the column border and click and drag. Okay, to expand it. Okay, you expand until everything shows. Very good. So using the comma style, we have Naira and Kobo. You see, it gives you because they are prices of goods. Now we have to have 0.00. Very good. Now let me show you another style also. Okay, this is when you are using the command on the ribbon. Okay, all the icons here, they can all disappear, but the menu command cannot disappear. So now let's go see how to use the menu command. So you block it like this. Okay, you come here, this is format, number format. You click on the arrowhead of number format, then you go down. Of course, if you're using the currency, you can just click on the dollar icon, but then you go to more number format. Okay, then you wait for that menu to come. Now here, these numbers here, for now they are called general numbers. See, like here, you see this is a general number because there's no format at all inside. Okay, so on the menu we have numbers, we have alignment, we have font, we have border, field, and then protection. We are dealing with numbers, so we select number. Okay, then we go down to in the category box, we go to number. Okay, very good. So our number now, we want 2 decimal places, which is this. Okay, we accept that. But supposing you are in the bureau de change, or you change money for people, the money changers normally use 4 decimal places, so you can increase the number of places there like this. Okay, but for now we need just 2. Then here it says use 1000 separator. Look at it. I click on it. Be watching this number here. As I click on it, I click. Can you see that? Okay, so this number is now easily readable now. Very good. Then here it says that negative number, that is, if you are doing some calculation and your result is a minus or negative, how do you want the negative number to be displayed? Okay, do you want it in red, or you want it in bracket in black, or red and in bracket? You choose the one you want. Let's say this one. Although for now we don't have we are just adding numbers and there will be no negative, so but then we just show you that then we click OK. Then it is done. You expand the column, okay, then everything shows. Okay, so that is how to do it. Now we go again. You cannot block all of them together also. Then you click on the comma icon. Can you see that? You expand the column border. Very good. Okay, of course, if you are dealing with foreign currency, let's say you travel out to go and buy goods, in that case, let's say in dollars, this is it. You can just click on the dollar icon here, then you have it all. Okay, very good. But for now, we're making use of the comma. Okay, of course, we have our local currency also. Every country's currency is there. Okay, but then the local currency, it has 3 characters. Take for instance, you go to more number format, then here you go to numbers, then you go to format. Okay, currency, you go to currency, then we go to the symbol of your currency. You go here, every country is there. You see, you go to Nigeria N. Okay, you go to N group, Nigerian Naira. Okay, let's see, IJKLN. Okay, this is it, Nigerian Naira. Okay, you select it, then you click OK. Can you see that? Now let's reduce the screen so you can see better. Okay, this is the local currency, but you see it takes too much space. Okay, so we don't want to use that for now, so we concentrate on the comma. Okay, well, in situations where you need it, that's how you can get it. Very good. So now let's save our file again. I use the save icon to save it. Very good. Good. Now we want to put a title at the top, but there's no space at the top. So what we do is that we have to insert a row. Okay, so to insert a row, you block the row. I click on the row number, the number itself, point your mouse to the number itself and click on the number. Then it will select the whole row. Then you go to the ribbon here, then say insert, you click it, then a row comes in. We want 2, so I click it again. Very good. Now we want to type the title. The title is Las Vegas Sales Return. Las Vegas monthly Las Vegas sales returns. Then you press enter. Okay, very good. Now we have just typed the title, but you can see this is where I've typed it. So everything I type is here. Okay, so if I click here, there is nothing in this cell. Okay, it is the one in A1 that has spilled over to this place. But then it's a title. I want it to cover the whole of the column up to column E. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that I will block this cell A1, and I'll block B1, I'll block C1, D1, and E1. I'll block them all, then I'll combine them to one. I'll merge them to become one, so that the content will be centered above all my data. So I block it like this. Okay, very good. Then I click on this icon. It's called merge and center. I click it. Can you see that? Very good. That's what I want. Now, because it's the title, I want to change the font. Okay, so I go to look for a font that I want. I want a font called Monotype Cursiva. I go to M, Monotype. Okay, let's say Matura. I want this Matura. I click on Matura. Then I click on the size. I want it to be big because it's the title. Okay, I want it like this. Very good. Can you see that? Good. Then this one too, if I like, I block this one also. I can change the font of all of them. Okay, I want to change it to Comic Sans. Okay, Comic Sans. I go to C. Okay, this is it. Comic Sans. Okay, very good. Then I expand them a little bit. I expand them a little bit, and I expand this one to a little bit. Okay, I want it to be size 12. Oh my, it's becoming bigger and bigger. We are expanding. Oh, very good. I expand this one a little bit. Very good. Okay, that's it. Can you see that? Now, in Microsoft Excel, I've shown you the dimension of the Excel. You see how large it is. Okay, now because it's very large, if you want to print your work, then you have to do what they call set print area. If you don't set print area, then if you issue the print command, Excel will split your screen into small printable form. Okay, now let's see. Supposing we want to print this one now. Now let's see how it will look like when we print it. Okay, So we go to Office button, print. Okay, we click on print icon. We click on print. Okay, so we are here. Okay, so this is how it's going to look like. Okay, but then we go back and I'll show you something. We go back. Okay, can you see the screen? Let's reduce it so you can see it. Can you see that? Because we did not set print area, Excel will now split your screen to small printable forms, so that when you issue the command print, it will now print all those square boxes where data are falling. Okay, they are all A4 paper sizes. Okay, so because of this, you will have to set your print area. Okay, now let's see how to set the print area. You block everything you want to print. You block it like this. Okay, then you now go to page layout, print area, set print area. Okay, very good. Can you see that all the lines have disappeared? Can you see everything has disappeared? Because Excel now knows what to print. Therefore, it doesn't have to bother itself to split the whole screen into small printable form anymore. Very good. Now I want to make it a little bit bigger again. Okay, now let's now see something. Let's go to print preview and I will show you something there again. Very good. We go to Office button, we click on print. Okay, can you see this is the first column, second column, beverage column, condiment, but then one column has disappeared. Okay, this is A4 paper standing vertical. It's called portrait. You see, our data will not fit into the portrait, so we go back one step, then I come here. Can you see it's telling you that this last column will not be printed along? So if you say print, it will print it on two papers. Okay, we have only one paper. Okay, so what we are going to do is that we go to page layout, orientation. Okay, this is A4 paper standing vertical. It's called portrait. A4 paper line horizontal is landscape, so we select landscape. Very good. Can you see this line has disappeared now, so that now everything will be printed. Good. Now this total is not yet centered. You see, we have to center this total. So we go to home and I click on this icon here, this center. Very good. This one also I click on center, then this one also I click on center, and then this one I click on center. But this one I don't center it because all of them are words. Okay, very good. Okay, now let's go see again. Then we go to print. Can you see that? Very good. It's now okay. But supposing I want it to come down a little bit, I click on it from here. I go to show margin, this icon here. I click on show margin. Okay, then it shows the margin. Then I will now drag this line here. I drag it down a little bit. Okay, then it comes down. Can you see that? Very good. Okay, if I want the lines to disappear, I click on show margin again, then I can see in a perfect way. Can you see that? Very good. It looks good, but it's not yet professional. We need to put lines in between them. Okay, so we go back. You see the lines on the screen, these lines you see on the screen now, they will not appear when you print them. Okay, so you have to put border line. We call them border lines. So we block the whole of the worksheet like this. Then we go to numbers format. Then we go to more number format. Then we go to border. This is border here. When it comes to border, you see here, the data that we have blocked is represented by this one here, text. Okay, so this is the line style you want to choose. We choose this line style here. Okay, then we want the lines to go vertically through the worksheet and also through horizontal. Okay, so I click on inside like this. Okay, so it's showing me the sample from here. Okay, I also want it to go through the edges, the edge of the area I blocked. Okay, that is the outline. So I click on outline here also. Okay, so I want it to be like this. Then I click OK. Very good. Can you see that? Okay, now if I print it, these lines will show. Okay, but then this is the total, so I want it to be a little bit bolder. So I go back to more number format, then I choose, or I go to border, I choose this one, a little thicker line. Then I click on inside and outline, then I click OK. Very good. Then this one also, the column heading. Okay, the column heading, I can also use the same, this a little bit thicker line like this total. But look at it, I block it like this. Okay, then I use the format painter, this brush. I click on it, then I drag over this one like this. Okay, very automatically they also assume the thick lines. Okay, very good. It's just that this one, okay, because I use this format, this one is not very good. Okay, now then this is the title. Our title, we want it also to be in a thick line, so we go to more number format, we go to border. Okay, we select the thick one here. Now remember, we block all these cells here and made them one. We merge them to one, so there is only one cell in that case. Okay, so you don't have inside. Can you see that I'm clicking the inside, but it's not having any effect, so it's only outline. That's it. Then I click OK. Very good. So that is it. So now let's go see how it looks like. We go to Office button, then we go to Print. Okay, so that is our file, our worksheet in the preview mode. Now our printer has no color. There's no color printer here, but let's see if you can bring color printer right now and then show you how it will look like immediately. Okay, in color. You see, but you can see that it looks formal. This one looks formal. Okay, so if you present your work like this for your management, of course they'll be proud of you. Okay, we go back. I'll show you something. We go back one step. Then, because this is the bottom line, we just add a little bit of color to it, so you can see it bolder. Then we click on B for bold. The big men, they'll say, okay, what is the bottom line? Okay, then of course here also you can add some gentle, mild color here. Very good. Can you see that? It looks beautiful. Okay, now we go to Office button and then Print. Okay, this is 2010 version. Okay, now I've just installed the color printer now, so you can see in the preview mode, you can see everything just as it is. You see, it looks so beautiful. Okay, supposing that you want to change some of the, you see here, you can point your mouse to the tab of the column header. See, then you can expand it or reduce it as you may want it. Can you see that? Very good. You see, but you have to be very careful when you are doing it. Okay, right now everything is perfect. Okay, it's centralized and we are just okay. You see, you can also drag it. You see, if it's not adjusted, you can always adjust it here. Okay, then you see a very perfect way. When you finish, you click on this show margin here at the lower right corner, then the lines disappear, then you can see it more perfectly. Very good. Okay, so you see that. Okay, that is, you want to see it in a zoomed form, in a bolder form. Okay, but in this way, okay, I click on the zoom icon again to come back to where we were. Very good. Okay, so we are finished. We go to back. Of course, if you want to print it also, you go to Office button, then you go to Print. Okay, when you come to Print, then you indicate, well, here already we have our printer installed. However, if it's not, you click on this box icon here, the arrowhead of this one, then you select the printer that you want to print on. Okay, the printer which is currently connected to your computer, as at the time you want to print, its name must appear in the box here. Okay, like you can see, we have several printers installed here. Okay, now this is the color printer, or this is the one we want to print on. Okay, very good. Then if there were several pages, then you have to indicate here also which page you want to print, from page 1 to page 2 or whatever it is. Okay, but right now we have just one page, so we leave it as it is. Then we now click on this icon here, Print. Boom. Okay, then it's printed. Very good. So that is how to go about Microsoft Excel. Hey, lest we forget, there's one salesman we missed out. Okay, he must be here just underneath Maxilaku. So I click on 7, this row number, then I go to Insert. Very good. So I insert a row, then I now enter that salesman. It's called Fujiwara. Okay, I go right, then I enter his sales data. Okay, I go right, I enter his sales data. Then can you see that as I'm typing, the totals are updating themselves automatically? Okay, except the one on the right. This one, I can just point my mouse one step above the one that is done, then I point my mouse to the autofill, the lower right corner. The mouse changes to across, then I drag it down one step. Okay, that's the autofill, then it is done. That is how to do it. Okay, then this one, we expand the column gently, then it comes. Can you see that? Very good. So that's how to go about it. Okay, so I believe that you have gained something out of this video lesson. Okay, I save again, use the save icon. I believe that you have gained something out of this video lesson. We shall now clear the screen and exit. Office button, close. Then to exit, Office button, exit Excel. Okay, thank you.